Hello, my friend. Welcome back to What's Up in Makeup. This week we're starting off top news with two interviews that were done by Insider and Allure with Jaclyn Hill and Kim Kardashian, and they gave some very interesting information that I had never heard about them that I found fascinating. Next up, we'll go into a little bit more about AF94 by Halsey. Last week we had big questions, now we have all the answers. And then finally, lots of rumors circulating around about Rihanna launching a Fenty Hair line. I have all the details about that, so hang tight. We are getting into it right now. Before we get into all of the juicy nitty-gritty details, this video is sponsored by Teami. Hello, my friend. Welcome back to my bathroom. This episode of What's Up in Makeup is very kindly sponsored by Teami Skincare. I get contacted by a lot of skincare companies asking me to do sponsored content for them, and I'm very, very picky about who I choose because a lot of skincare companies, as you know, push marketing techniques rather than actual quality ingredients, quality skincare. I always thoroughly vet the skincare before I recommend it to you. I use it, and these are products that I legit believe in. As you may or may not know, my morning skincare routine is very, very simple. All I do is I wash my face, I use a vitamin C serum, and then I put on my sunscreen, and that is it. The reason why I choose to use a vitamin C is because it helps fight free radical damage caused by UV rays. That's why I pair it with my sunscreen. This vitamin C serum has ascorbic acid, which is the most research-based vitamin C ingredient that there is out there. But beyond vitamin C, there's also other really good ingredients in here, like the hibiscus flower extract that can help even boost the antioxidant power of the vitamin C even more. Along with that, some hydrating ingredients for water balance in your skin, moisturizing ingredients for oil balance in your skin, and aloe, which we know is very skin soothing. The other thing about the hibiscus flower that I wanted to mention is it's also a very gentle AHA chemical exfoliator, and what that means is it's going to help slough off the dead skin cells to leave your skin looking nice and fresh and bright. The other product that they sent over for me to share with you is actually specifically for oily skin. Now, I have normal skin, but I do want to show you how it applies, so I'm going to show that to you now. Essentially, what you want to do with this is you want to splash your face with water, because when you put the mask on, the mask is going to help your skin absorb that water. There's also moisturizing ingredients in here, along with the antioxidant green tea, which is one of my favorite antioxidants. But the main players in here are the kaolin clay and the bentonite clay. That's for the oily, acne-prone skin. What that does is it helps to absorb the extra oil from your skin and clean out your pores, clean out all of that gunk. And because it has those hydrating and moisturizing properties in here, unlike a lot of clay masks, this isn't going to make your skin feel stripped afterward. Because this is a sponsored video, Teami has kindly provided me with a 20% off discount code for you. It is JenLove. I do not benefit from you using that code. I don't get extra kickback from that. My deal with Teami is done. It's just a code for you to use in case you would like to try these products and you want a little bit of a discount. So thank you again so much to Teami for sponsoring this video. I appreciate you oh so very much. And now it is time for What's Up in Makeup. All right, my friend, I read this headline for this article and I was like, oh, something is going down in this article. And my little gossipy human self dove right in. I dove right into this article and I want to share kind of the high points of it. Of course, full article down below. So the headline was, Jaclyn Hill doesn't care if you hate her. And I was like, whoa, dude, that's an interest. I mean, it's definitely like a grabby way to pull an audience in. So it definitely pulled me in. Being in the beauty space, a lot of us have watched Jaclyn's journey from, filming, very low tech, just doing makeup tutorials, all the way up to the beauty powerhouse that she is today. This was the quote that they built the headline off of. I started off my career at 20 and now I'm 31. So at this point, if you don't want to buy a product because you don't trust me, my thought is you literally don't know me, she says. I'm a person on the internet and for some reason I'm a trigger to you. And then later on, she starts speaking about the fuzzy lipstick launch that she had where she launched her very first Jaclyn Cosmetics product and it was lipsticks and people were finding objects and fuzz and all kinds of stuff in their lipsticks. If you weren't there for that, I'll link some resources down below for you. And she said about that, at this point, I can finally say for the first time that I'm genuinely over it, she says, adding that those who continue to mention it are simply trolls. And then the last thing she says about it before I kind of weigh in my opinion on it is she said, my lipstick did not hurt anybody. There was no lawsuit. You know what I'm saying? She said, the internet got very loud and whoever didn't like me or thought I was a liar or whatever it may be, that was their opportunity to attack. And I definitely think that happened to her. I definitely think that there were trolls, that there were people that, made a lot of money off of the scandal, creating videos with information and, whether it was just to make money or whether it was spreading information and then they happened to make money off of it as well. I mean, intention is very difficult to prove, but I do agree with her that there were some people that really milked it for everything that it was. But I also disagree that that was all that it was and that's all that it continues to be. I think that Jaclyn has shown over and over again that when something like the lipstick scandal happens or something happens with any launch, there's no responsibility taken. There's no, oh my gosh, this is exactly what happened and these are the measures I'm putting in place in order to make sure it doesn't happen again. Usually there's a lot of denial, trying to cover it up, making weird excuses that don't even make any sense. And that's where the mistrust comes from. It doesn't come from, a lack of knowledge about her. It's a full knowledge of what she has shown in the public to be who she is. So that's all we can do, as consumers, all we can do is we can look at a person and who they show themselves to be. Of course, we don't know Jaclyn personally, but if you show yourself to be a person that when something goes wrong, you're going to make lame excuses and really honestly not tell the truth about what happened because your excuses are so lame, people are going to be hard on you and they're going to be hard on you for a long time. And to just dismiss it as haters, I don't think that that's accurate, in my opinion. I think that she built up a lot of mistrust. And for some people, building back trust is very easy. And for some people, you just can't build back trust. And that's just the way that it is. And I wish she had addressed it more like that, been like, hey, I've made some mistakes in my past. And I understand if people don't trust because of mistakes that I've made in the past. But I'm hoping that I'll be able to earn your trust by continuing to create amazing products like I have been for the past X amount of years or whatever she wanted to say. But that's my opinion. I would love to know your thoughts about it. So along with that, there were some other major points that I think that were very interesting that she made. So she said about starting her YouTube channel that back when she started, social media wasn't a way to have a career. She said at most she made $1,500 a month on advertisement space on her channel, which to me sounds like a lot. Especially for back then. And she also said it helped her to get makeup clients, which I think is really cool. Speaking nostalgically, she said that she felt like the beauty community used to be people just falling in love with makeup and that that's not a thing anymore because so many people are using it as a career. She also said something that she felt was over was that the selling of hundreds of thousands of palettes in 1 hour is something that just can't happen anymore. She said now you have to push and push and push just to get not even a quarter of the sales now. She also talked about her relationship with Becca Cosmetics, which I hadn't ever seen her talk about before. She said that it didn't end on good terms, but she was devastated to hear that they were going out of business in 2021, which I thought was a kind way to talk about it. She also had a humble moment of saying, this can happen to anybody. It can happen to Becca, it can happen to her, it can happen to her peers. As far as brands shutting down, she said, quote, everyone has to come to terms with the fact that whatever they're doing right now is not going to last forever. I always knew that. When I was selling millions of palettes with Morphe, I would say every week, this is not going to last. So in there's a little brag about selling all of the millions of palettes with Morphe, but at the same time understanding that that's not something that can sustain itself. So I found all of that very interesting, hearing her perspective on that. It's just the beginning part where she was talking about her scandals and not really owning up to her part in it gave me kind of the icks, but do I hate Jaclyn? No. Do I love Jaclyn? No. I'm kind of indifferent at this point. I would love to know what you think. Another juicy interview done by Allure with Kim Kardashian, and there is a video of this interview. I'm gonna link it down below again if you would like to watch it in full. The first thing I learned from this video is that Kim and I have very different opinions about things that we like to use on our skin for skincare, which is fine. Everyone's got different skin, everyone's got different opinions. So I learned that she loves the Neutrogena wipes, which I don't like.
Do you have any Holy Grail skincare drugstore products? Let me think. I love Neutrogena face wipes. I love them so much.
I used to use them all the time, but I found that they were a little too strong scent-wise and just a little too strong just chemical-wise on my face. Like I felt like they almost left like a burning feeling on my face, which I didn't feel like could be a good thing, so I stopped using them. She also says that her two favorite skincare must-have products are an exfoliation scrub and an eye cream.
If you're on a budget, which treatments do you think are worth the investment? I would say the best skincare treatments would be like a scrub. A face scrub to me and an eye cream are just the two products that I probably didn't realize that I needed to invest in and didn't understand the worth of a scrub, but you really do have to exfoliate your face, and eye cream will save you later in life.
And that couldn't be further from where I'm at either. I much prefer a chemical exfoliator, and I really don't think an eye cream is 100% necessary unless there's something specific in that eye cream that you really, really want that you don't have in your general face moisturizer, or your face moisturizer irritates your eyes when you put it around your eyes. That's just my opinion. So I found that out, that we have different skincare philosophies, which is fine. She also talks about sleeping in her makeup, which I thought was a strange thing to admit.
Someone asks, I want to know how Kim sleeps. Does she have a pillow that keeps her head propped up to prevent wrinkles? Spill the beans. The one talent that I have that is probably the worst advice to give you guys is I can sleep in full makeup, and I could sleep like this and never ruin my makeup. So sometimes you'll see if I have to get up really early in the morning, I'll do my makeup the night before and have it done, sleep, not move, and wear it the whole next day.
It just kind of goes to show that she just really does not care. I can't imagine she doesn't know the stigma against sleeping in your makeup, but she admitted it. So, you know, I mean, that's her prerogative. But beyond the personal stories, she also told a story about her daughter, Northwest, and how North was really interested in special effects makeup. So she hired somebody to come over and teach her about it. And Kim had rented out a house not too long ago, and North brought all of her special effects stuff. So she decided she was gonna play a prank on her mom. And she was gonna do a bunch of special effects stuff on her and also on her little sister, Chicago. So when Kim comes in, you know, she sees it and they have their little moment. She didn't really go into detail about it, but she did say she cleaned up the kids, but she just didn't have time because she was tired. She didn't want to clean up the room. So the next day she took the kids out to go to school, and she left the room. She just didn't have time to clean it up yet, and she kind of wanted, she alluded to that she wanted the girls to help her clean up. So she leaves, she takes the kids to school, and while she's gone, the house cleaner for the house she was renting shows up and sees this like crime murder scene happening in the house and calls the homeowner like freaking out, like, oh my gosh, there's blood everywhere, like completely freaking out. And you know, the cops were almost called. It didn't say the cops were called. The cops were almost called because of that. And I just thought that was a funny makeup story that Kim told, and it's makeup related, so I thought I would share it with you. The Danessa Myricks brand got themselves in a bit of hot water this past week. Their European branch put out a promo for a masterclass they were giving, and the masterclass was called Bright Oriental Makeup. And if you don't know why the term Oriental to describe people is considered offensive to a lot of people, I'm gonna leave a bunch of resources down below for you. But Danessa Myricks responded very quickly to it. I believe it was later in that day. They changed the name of the class glass to metallic graphic eye. And in the correction, the company said, quote, an email was sent earlier with a descriptor that should not have been used that we don't stand for. This was an oversight, and immediately upon discovery, it was removed and corrected. We deeply apologize for anyone who was hurt, triggered, or disappointed by this message. We at Danessa Myricks Beauty stand for inclusion, equity, and representation for all. Now, there is an extended statement. I'm going to put that on the screen for you. That was dropped into my Hunters group on Facebook. Now, I don't have access to where this was located. I don't have access to the full statement. So if you want to pause to read it, you can. I would love to know what you think, especially if you are part of the AAPI community. Do you feel like this was handled better than other scandals in the past? I haven't really seen it hit mainstream media yet. I've only seen it in a couple of places like on Reddit and, you know, kind of on the underground. So maybe because she addressed it quickly, it wasn't able to go mainstream, but I'm curious to see if they're going to face further backlash. I would doubt it since she handled it so quickly. But again, I would love to know your thoughts if you are a part of the group that is affected by this. Last week, we had a lot of questions for Halsey. There was sneak peeks of another makeup line by her. She already has About Face, and the ad images for this new makeup line called AF94 looked almost identical to the already existing About Face branding. It was very confusing. But what I learned right after that, through the community, through people seeing this line already at their Walmart stores, was that this was a drugstore makeup brand, kind of like how Beauty has Beauty at Ulta, and then they have Beauty by Sharon C at Walmart, which is their drugstore brand. So it's a similar kind of direction as that. According to the news outlet Happy, the line was co-developed with Walmart to launch exclusively online and in 2,900 Walmart stores on July 25th, even though people are reporting they're already seeing it. All products are $10 or less with a Gen Z target inspired by 90s fashion. And that just cracks me up. It's a Gen Z target inspired by 90s fashion. But then I remember how much the 70s were pushed when I was in high school, how people started wearing bell-bottom jeans and things like that. And it's like, well, we did the same thing with the 70s. So who am I to say Gen Z can't recapture the 90s? Nobody. I'm nobody to say that. It's described as About Face's cute and bratty younger sibling. It's a made-to-play makeup brand according to their Instagram. They promise high pigmentation load plus skincare ingredients. They say it is all-day color built for self-expression. Now, this is the thing about it. They are launching with 67 products in 12 different categories, including eyes, lips, cheeks, and body, plus cosmetic accessories like custom designed face and body stickers. I'm really curious to see how this brand's going to do. I think it's going to do very, very well, hitting their target market. Speaking of new lines dropping, just a little short story about Ms. Ashely Tisdale. She launched a new skincare line, Being Frenchy. I hope I'm saying that correctly. I don't know much about Ashely Tisdale, to be honest. The initial drop rolls out 45 products with 5 scents or moods that you can choose from. Now, not all of the products are available in all of the moods, but they have 5 moods altogether, from like more relaxing stuff to like invigorating and calming, all that kind of stuff that you would expect from somebody that's really getting into the aromatherapy of skincare. It's launching exclusively at Target, and the price point is under $17 per product. It includes body washes, hair masks, bath bombs, hair and body oils, and hand serums, among a bunch of other things. If you are an Ashely Tisdale fan, I would love to know what you think about this, because Ashely Tisdale was like, I was about 5 years too old for all of that. So if Ashely Tisdale was part of your growing up, I'd love to know your thoughts. Now, this one I was real confused about, because I kept looking and seeing in these beauty publications talking about Fenty Hair and how there were new trademarks filed for Fenty Hair. And I'm like, dude, like, we talked about this a long freaking time ago. Like, why are we talking about this like it's new? I'll explain why they're talking about it, that it's new. But essentially, we reported on it in What's Up in Makeup back in March of 2021 that Fenty Hair had been filed for from Rihanna. The last status update on that Fenty Fenty Hair trademark was January of 2022. But what's new that happened is 2 new trademarks were filed this past week. So the old one is what I think we're gonna be seeing first, and that is non-medicated hair care preparations, dandruff shampoo, and hair restoration lotions, hairstyling, straightening, relaxing, bleaching, coloring, and waving preparations, as well as hair glitter. So that's what I personally think we're gonna see first. Now the 2 new trademarks, those are more like accessories. So we have hair brushes, combs, barrettes, bows, clips, ribbons, and pins. It also leaves room for hair extensions, wigs, and hair curlers. I feel like that's going to be a later drop. So my prediction is when everybody's starting to get ready for, you know, maybe like Thanksgiving and holiday parties and all of that, that's when Fenty Hair is gonna drop, in my opinion. And I think we're gonna get all the accessories in spring of 2023. Those are just my thoughts. I don't know, I have no inside information, but we'll see if my prediction comes true. All right, my friend, let us move on to the product reports, starting with indie brand Sydney Grace. Really excited for this one. This is the California Coast palette. It is launching tomorrow in both light and deep versions, as they do, $33. But here's the thing. If you purchase $70 of products on their site, they'll give you that new palette for free. How cool is that? Like, I freaking love that. Another thing about Sydney Grace that I'll mention now, since we're talking about them, is that they are starting their Christmas in July sales starting on Monday, and there's a new deal every day until August 1st, but you gotta keep an eye on their Instagram and their website to find out what the deals are. Moving over to Laura Geller, we have the Serum Blush Cheek Tint, $28, only 2 shades so far, but the packaging looks really interesting. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like this. You'll have to tell me, because last time I said that, people were like, Jen, don't you remember this? And I was like, oh. So maybe there have been other products like this, but I can't think of anything off the top of my head. They say it provides a refreshing cooling sensation and the perfect watercolor-like flush of color, and I love that. That sounds fabulous. Next up, of course, ColourPop. They came out with another collection. Are we surprised? I know I'm not. The Play It Cool collection, $52 for the full collection. There's a tan pan eyeshadow palette, 4 blotted lips, and a shimmering body powder. There's also some matte bronzers. There's a bunch of those. Are those new? I feel like they had bronzers before, but I don't remember them being matte bronzers. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But those are there as well if you're interested. Moving over to REM Beauty, Chapter 4 is on the way. We have the Sweetener Concealer, $24 in 60 shades. Holy crap, that's a lot of shades. Dream Cloud Blenders, $15. Satin Sheets Blotting Papers, $20. Lunar Magic Blurring Primer, $29. Those are gonna be launching on July 28th on their website. Now, I wanna make a little note about the Ulta and Sephora reports for anybody that watches the show on the regular, and even if you don't, just as a side note. So what I do for the Ulta and Sephora reports is I go to the website and I sort it by new, and I try to remember what I've seen before. Usually my visual memory is much better than my working memory, like my auditory working memory. So usually I can remember if something looks like it's new. So last week I talked about the Too Faced Ethereal Setting Powder, and it really did look familiar. It really did, but I was like, well, Sephora and Ulta both say that it's new, so it must be new. Maybe it's a reformulation, maybe it was called something else and I'm just going nuts, and it was my fault. I should have looked and Googled it and seen that the thing's been out for 4 years. I should have known that. So I was like, why the hell is it new? Well, thank you very much to Shannon in my Hunters group, who was kind enough to explain it to me and was like, Jen, it was discontinued and now they're bringing it back. So that makes perfect sense as far as why it's listed as new on Ulta and Sephora. So when you see something in the Ulta report or the Sephora report then I say that it's new, sometimes it means that it's just new to that website. It may not be new to the brand altogether. It may be a reformulation. It may be a shade extension. It may be, like, I try to get all the information, but sometimes I miss it. So if I miss something, let me know. And if I feel like it's significant, I'll pin the post. And then that way everybody knows what the actual deal is with it. With that being said, let's talk about what's new at Sephora. So we have the Natasha Denona Mini Bronze Palette, $27. Really, really love my full-size bronze palette, so I think it's really, really cool that they came out with a mini version for people that just don't want a big, huge palette. Like, I think that's great. Givenchy launched their pink collection for fall of 2022. Love this shade of pink. It's probably one of my favorite shades of pink. It's beautiful. This is the Prism Libre Illuminating Blush Loose Highlighter, $43. The Rose Perfecto Lip Balm 24-Hour Hydration, $41. And the La Rouge Sheer Velvet Matte Lipstick for $43. I'll just wait on Michelle Wong to do it because that's too expensive for me. Over at Fenty, we have some new Matchsticks shades, 10 new shades there. And also I did read that there's new packaging on it, that they took the magnet out because they wanted it to be more sustainable in their packaging. Those are still $28 each. Danessa Myricks launched the Mini Lightwork Volume 3 that we've been talking about for a few weeks. It's now available at Sephora, $85. Just really nice to see multi-chromes in the mainstream. Usually we only see those with brands like Sydney Grace and Cleona and, you know, Terra Moons and all those brands that everybody talks about. There are duochromes. Really nice to see them at Sephora because they're fun. They're fun to play with, and I love to see more people playing with them. Sigma and Sephora collaboration. We have the brush cleaner for $18. Really glad it's the regular one, not the foaming one. I'm not a fan of the foaming one. I don't think it works as well as the regular one. I do really like it a lot because they've sent it to me in PR before. It's a good product. They also have their brush cleaning mat for $29. That's a great product too for really getting in, especially like flat top kabuki foundation brushes. You can like and churn your butter up, you know what I mean? And get that foundation like out of that brush. So I really like their cleaning mat. Coming soon, Merit Beauty, the Minimalist Perfecting Complexion Foundation and Concealer Stick, $38, 20 shades there. It's launching at Sephora on August 2nd, and they say that it can be used as a foundation or concealer on the go. Okay, so I have a question for you. Have you ever used foundation on the go? Like, meaning you put your makeup on, and then later on in the day, you were like, I need more foundation. Like maybe, I guess if you have like really oily skin and your foundation might wear off in like your T-zone or something, you want to reapply, or like concealer, because I've never done that. So I think it's just my skin type, maybe why I don't do that, I don't know. But Merit Beauty is coming out with one. That's the info. At Sephora and Ulta right now, the Item Beauty Hey Hi Halo Liquid Highlighter. It looks really cute, $18, 3 shades. They say gleam, no glitter for a buildable glow and a glass-like finish. That sounds really nice. I've been very impressed with the Item Beauty products that I've tried so far. Lilly Lashes Level Up Lash Conditioning Serum, $48 there. Designed to help reduce and protect your I read that wrong. Designed to help rescue and protect your natural lashes. That sounds right. Nourishing, hydrating, and conditioning to promote the appearance of stronger, fuller, beautiful lashes. And then these next products are available at Ulta, but they're listed as coming soon to Sephora, at least as of the day that I filmed. The Smashbox Halo Sheer to Stay Cream Cheek and Lip Tint, 6 shades, $28 each. They say it's a primer infused cream, cheek, and lip tint that gives you a flush of blendable, buildable matte color for a fresh, blurred look. Really like the packaging on this. I'm rooting for Smashbox to come back. Like, I want them to come back so that maybe this will be the product. I think it looks really nice just from the surface of it. Nudestix, the tinted blur contour sculpting stick, $32 in 3 shades, and then also the Nudestix Blur and Blot matte stick, $32 there. They say it is a balm to powder formula that blots oil to create a soft matte finish and blur texture imperfections. It really, like if you look at it, it doesn't look like it's a lot of product. Like it looks like a very small amount of product. So I'm really hoping that it's one of those things where a little bit goes a long way so it lasts a while, because if he uses up a lot of product for every use, you're gonna go through that stuff real fast. Moving over to Ulta and not Sephora, we have Honest Beauty. They came out with 2 new products. This is the Eye Catcher Lid Tint, $18, 6 shades, lightweight, buildable, fast drying, and long wearing, they say. Looks really nice, basic, but very nice. And then the Extreme Volume Mascara and Bold Lash Primer, $20. What makes this different for me is that the lash primer is a cobalt blue shade. I have never seen that. Milani came out with a purple one, and I loved that one, but I've never seen a like bright blue lash primer. That looks really cool. It's supposed to add depth and richness to the black mascara on the other side. They say you can also take it apart and then you can rinse out the tube and recycle it, which I think is pretty neat. Hopefully you can rinse it out enough that it is recyclable, hopefully. And then finally in the product report, we have Grande Cosmetics Grande Liner Liquid Eyeliner with Lash Enhancing Serum. $36. They say it is a 2-in-1 ultra black liquid eyeliner infused with lash enhancing serum that promotes longer, fuller looking lashes over time. And I love that. Like, how cool would that be? Is like every time you wear eyeliner, it just automatically helps your lashes grow longer. Like, I love that. That's fantastic. All right, my friend, PR purchase product of the week. I got it, okay? I got it. I got the Too Faced Better Than Chocolate stuff. I bought it. I don't know. This is the thing. It's so split in the community whether I should do a full review of this stuff. I think if I was gonna be home this following week, I would probably make this be next Friday's video. So I think what I'm gonna do is, because favorites and fails countdown time is coming, the end of the month is coming, the next Friday video that I put up, which won't be next week, but it'll be the following week, I'll include some of this stuff in there and give you like a quick review of it. I was gonna do like a whole in-depth comparison of like all of the I have so many Too Faced palettes, but honestly, like if today's first impression is anything like the way this thing is gonna perform next week when I use it a lot, it's a piece of crap. It's terrible. It's probably one of the worst Too Faced eyeshadow palettes I have ever used. Like, and that is based on like the use of 4 shades in here. So it's not a full review by any means, but this purple shade is absolute trash. It is trash in my opinion. Can you see that I'm even wearing it? That's the question. I have it on the outer corner of my lid. If I turn my head the right way, you can kind of see some purple. Kind of. This is what's happening. I dug my finger in here and look at this. Look at this. It's not even a topper's worth of pigmentation. Like, what the hell even is that? Like, this is, are you serious right now? Are you serious? So what I did after I dug my finger in there a little bit and realized it wasn't really picking up my finger is I used it and I used a brush and I dug around in a circle and I put some elbow grease in there trying to get some product pick up on this like flat, like a little bit fluffier flat shading brush, like a traditional shading brush. And I could not get the product to pick up. Like I tried and I tried and I tried. And then I also found out this shade up here is very, very similar. So this one has a little bit more pigmentation. Let me just swatch it there, right there. So you can see it a little bit. But I know not all of them are like that because I swatched this one. This was the one I was gonna use on my inner corner. And this one looks right. This looks like the way that it should be. Like that is the way that an eyeshadow should be. The other two absolutely held to the no. No, that's ridiculous. So like I said, I've only used like maybe 4 shades in here, so I can't give a full review, but right now, I would say hold off. Like if you were thinking about buying this, don't buy it yet. Don't, Nope, not so far, not so far. Now, I also started using some of the other things. I started using the bronzer. I'm wearing this today. Definitely want to try that some more. Eyeliner also, I'm going to try that some more. This one doesn't have a scent, by the way. It's the only thing that I bought that doesn't have a chocolate scent. And then this is the Lip Injection Extreme. That's the chocolate scented one. So more information on these to come. But I know a lot of you were really interested in this. So hold off. Just don't buy it yet because there's definitely some issues that are happening with this. I am looking into buying some of the lipsticks when they come out, and then maybe even the concealer when that comes out, because I know a lot of you are really interested in it, but it's just not available yet, so I can't get it. The other thing I wanted to mention in PR purchase is PR, and this is the new release by Sigma. This is coming out on August 2nd at sigmabeauty.com. This is their brand new Soft Focus Setting Powder in Buttermilk. This is the first time I used it. Very much enjoyed using it. It does have a bit of a yellow tint, so just be aware of that. I know a lot of people like to use like banana powders and stuff like that. So maybe if you have like a skin tone that benefits from a yellow tint, then maybe that would be a good thing for you. There are 4 different shades altogether. Let me show you the PR box. This is the deepest shade. It's called Cinnamon. This is the medium shade called Honey. This is light medium, and this is the one I used today that I just showed you called Buttermilk. And then finally, this one's called Vanilla Bean, and this is the lightest shade. And also just want to show you the packaging. It does have a sifter in the top, and a lot of product really does come out of that. You can tap it into the lid, but enough product comes out of here you may not need to. So that's the first impression of the Sigma powder. I will keep you posted on this because I really do feel like with a setting powder, you really need to try it with multiple foundations to do a solid opinion. So far, pretty good, but nothing to like write home about, but I'll keep you posted. Notable sales this week. I have exclusive information for you if you are a BK BK Beauty fan. BK Beauty is going to be running one of their biggest sales of the year to celebrate their 3rd anniversary. It's starting this Thursday, July 28th. Keep an eye on their website and Instagram for more information soon. Gerard Cosmetics is celebrating National Lipstick Day on July 27th with a sale from the 27th through the 31st. A lot of brands do those National Lipstick Day sales, so keep an eye on just the entirety of the internet during those days. But Gerard Cosmetics lipsticks are only going to be $10, which is really inexpensive. Odin's Eye, right now, 50% off their Alva palette. Buy one, get one free of their Alva lip stains and lipsticks. 30% off over at Tarte using code FAM30. If you are a loyalty member over there, you also get a free mini Tartelette tubing mascara with the purchase of 3 or more items. Sigma up to 75% off site-wide. It's one of their biggest sales of the year. Also a free Essential Trios brush set with orders of over $150. And you know I'm a huge Sigma fan. Did a collab with them, love them so much. ColourPop, 20% off site-wide when you spend $50 or more using code GIMME20, and that's what I got for you this week. Finally, our artist shout out of the week. Allow me to introduce you to Jaclyn from Mexico. Oh my gosh, so fun, such a fun account. So here we go. This first look is called Ice Cream, and I don't think I've ever seen an ice cream cone merged with a skull before. I think this is a first for me. I love how the cone is peeking through the ice cream skin. The way that the hollows of the face would be drawn in a traditional skull design, that's where we're seeing this cone peeking through. The color palette is absolutely perfect, and the ice cream cones on her head are so cute. Oh my gosh, I lost it. Look number 2. Okay, so I had to do Google Translate for this. So this is the Google Translate version of what it says in Spanish. Artistic makeup to tell the toxic, let's go to the movies. So maybe the translation would be better said as like, tell the haters, let's go to the movies. I'm not 100% sure though, you'll have to tell me. The popcorn in this look is my favorite part. So cute. I also love the bold cut crease and the overlined red lip. The whole look just put a big smile on my face. And then number 3, this is the makeup inspired by a pepperoni and mushroom pizza. Which, you know, when you have a look inspired by pizza, it's bound to be fun. And this one is fun. I love the red brows and the lashes she chose to complement the look. I also love how she added the foiled look to the red. I think that really sets it off. That she didn't try to be overly realistic with it. It's kind of fun and cartoonish, and I feel like it totally works. So if you like her looks as much as I do, I just started following her. If you would like to follow her, a link is going to be in the video description. And that, my friend, was what's up in makeup this week. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you, of course, as always, to the What's Up in Makeup Facebook hunters. Their names are scrolling below me. Thank you so much for all of your submissions this week. I appreciate you oh so very much. Our chat today is going to be at 10 a.m. Eastern time. We're going to be hanging out, talking about makeup. Not 100% sure what the topic's going to be, but it's going to be fun. Hopefully you can join us, but if you can't, it is no problem at all. It's very easy to find on the replay. If you're subscribed, just go to your subscription feed. It should be there. If you're not subscribed, you can also go to my channel page, click on my videos, and then click on the video titled Live Chat. Like I was saying earlier, next week I am taking the week off for summer vacation. It's just going to be the 1 week off. So no videos next week. The next video will be the following Friday, which should be favorites and fails countdown for the month of July. And then everything should return to normal. We'll have What's Up in Makeup that weekend. All of that is the plan. Thank you again so much for watching What's Up in Makeup. I know you could watch so many things, but you chose to watch What's Up in Makeup, and that means just so much to me. So thank you for making that choice. If you would like to hang out a little bit longer, or if you missed What's Up in Makeup last week, YouTube should be recommending a couple videos for you right over here, including that last week of What's Up in Makeup is going to be right there. But if you do have to go, it is no problem at all. Thank you so much for hanging out as long as you did, and mad love to you, and I will see you in a video very soon. Bye!